Hi, boys and girls. Today we are going to do a math lesson, and we're going to do our math lesson inside our workbooks. So I would like you to go get your green Go Math journals that we put inside your backpack, and go ahead and get a pencil and an eraser too. You can pause the video, and when you're ready, click play. Okay, boys and girls, we are going to start a new chapter, and in this chapter, we're going to learn about, look over there, 3D shapes. And we're going to learn about shapes like a sphere, a cube, a cylinder, and a cone. Before we left school, we were learning about shapes, right? But we were learning about 2D shapes or two-dimensional shapes, okay? So let's review those shapes. We already know these 2D shapes. What shape is this one here? If you look, you can see, that there is a curve, right? And it's round with no sides and no vertices or corners, so it must be a circle. Very good. What about this shape here? Let's count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. Let's count the vertices or the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides and 4 vertices. We know that that is a square. We also know that a square is special because if I were to turn the square on its side, it would still look like a square, right? All sides are the same. So let's go ahead and tilt our head. Doesn't it look the exact same when we look the other way? Yep. What about this shape here? Let's count the sides. 1, 2, 3. How many vertices does it have? 1, 2, 3. It has 3 sides and 3 vertices. We know that that is a triangle. Remember, we would draw it in the air and go triangle. Ooh, this one's a little bit tough. What is this shape called? Let's count the sides. Maybe that'll help. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember when we walked around the classroom and we took 6 steps like a T-Rex? And Rex rhymes with hex. It is a hexagon. A hexagon has 6 sides, and it also has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertices. That's the same number, just like all the rest. Ooh, what about this shape? This shape has how many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. And how many vertices? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides and 4 vertices. Wait a minute. That's kind of like this one over here, the square. But we know that this one's not a square because if I took that tall building and I turned it sideways, it would turn into a hot dog, right? And we know when it turns from a building to a hot dog, they're not the same size, and that is a rectangle. Okay, for our lesson, you're going to need your book ready to go and your pencil, so make sure you're ready. I might also send you on a hunt to find shapes, but I think I'm going to use the ones I have here. Okay, our first math lesson that we're going to learn about is rolling and stacking. And we'll talk about those words right now. The first word we're going to learn about is roll. Roll starts with the letter R. R-O-L. Roll. Go ahead and take a look at this picture here. We see a boy and he is bowling. When you go bowling, you need to take a ball and you need to make it crash into these pins at the end. And he's not going to throw it because that's a really heavy ball and that's a really far throw. Instead of throwing the ball, you need to roll the ball. So when he takes the ball and he gives it a little bit of a toss on the ground, it rolls down the aisle all the way to crash into the pins. Let's look at this picture here. We see these boys and we also see a big ball. Are they throwing the ball? No, because then the ball would be up in the air. Are they kicking the ball? I don't see them kicking it, but they're giving it a little bit of a push, right? And if you push a ball when it's on the ground, it will roll forward or roll backward, whatever way you're pushing it. But it's not going to stay in the same place. It's going to turn because it has a big curve. So this ball over here has a curve and this one has a curve. And when it has a curve, it lets it roll. Here are some objects that roll. We have a basketball. If you put a basketball on the ground and you give it a little push, it won't stay in the same place. It'll roll on the ground. Same thing happens with a soccer ball. Ooh, what about this? This is a Christmas ornament. And if you take an ornament and you put it on the ground and you give it a little poke, it'll roll on the ground. Not all ornaments will do that, or not all shapes will do that though. Only this one because, it's round and it's got a curve, right? What about this shape? This shape is what object is this? It's a tennis ball. If you didn't know, it's a tennis ball, and tennis balls for a game where you hit the tennis ball with a racket and it goes back and forth. But if you put a tennis ball on the ground and you gave it a little 2-finger push, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to roll. Last one is this big yoga ball that people use for yoga or for exercising or maybe even to sit on. And if you take that ball and you give it a big push when it's on the ground, what do you think is going to happen to it? It's going to roll. Very good. Okay. I want you to look at all of the objects. The basketball, the soccer ball, the ornament, the tennis ball, the yoga ball. Yes, they're all balls, but I want you to look at the way they have, or the way they're shaped, the way they're formed. Why do you think they can all roll? They're not the same thing, right? A tennis ball and an ornament are not the same thing, but why can they roll? Because they have a curve or a round side that lets them roll. Very good. So I went outside and I decided to take a little ball or a sphere and roll it. So let's see what happens. I put it down and I gave it a little push. Did it stay in the same place? No, it moved. And it moved because it was rolling on the ground because it has a curve. The next word we're going to learn is stack. Stack starts with the letter S. Stack. Stack. Go ahead and take a look at this picture here. When you stack something, you are putting something on top to make something bigger. So if I asked you to build a tower of colored cubes, this is how you would do it. You would start with the red on the bottom, right? And then you would stack an orange, and then you would stack the green, and then you would stack the yellow, and you made a big tower, right? And it's bigger than it was before. Let's look at this picture here. This picture is of rings, and you put it on a pole kind of like this. And when you're stacking these, you start with the red, then you stack the yellow, then the blue, then you stack the green, and then the orange, and then the purple. And at the very top, there's a ball or a sphere, right? So you can even stack things that aren't the same shape. Here are some objects, real life objects that stack. A big box. If I put a box and then another box, or I stacked another box on top, that is stacking, right? Ooh, this one here. You should know this. These are Legos, right? Sometimes we use this for STEM, right? If we're building something, building a bridge or building a wall, and we take the Legos and we put another one on top, that is stacking. Books can stack, and this can stack too. Do you know what this is? That's a brick. If you put a brick and then cement and then another brick, you can build a wall, and you are stacking the bricks to do that. Let's see what it looks like to stack different shapes. First, I took the cube, then I stacked the cylinder, and then I stacked the cone on top. And that is stacking. So I can build something, and they don't have to be the same shapes. Okay, go ahead and get your journals ready to go. And you're going to open up to this page here. If you have mom or dad with you, you can ask them to help you. It's page 413. And it looks like this, the same thing that's on here. It has the big orange circle around it, the big orange circle. At the top, it says 10.1 because we are on lesson 10.1. And go ahead and get your pencil ready. If you're having trouble finding the page, you can click pause and then click play when you're ready to go, but I'm going to start. This lesson that we are working on is
three-dimensional shapes. Essential question: how can you show which shapes stack, roll, or slide?
Okay, so we're going to look at different shapes and we're going to find out if they can stack or if they don't stack. So we're looking at this graph here. On this side, it says
does stack.
It does stack. So go ahead and take your pencil, and on your workbook, I want you to underline does stack. This side here says
does not stack.
It does not stack. So go ahead and take your pencil. We're going to put a big X. It does not stack. Okay. So I know you don't have shapes with you at home right in front of you, so you can just look. Uh-oh. I wonder if I can make me bigger. There we go. I want you to look over here. Okay, the first shape that I have is a ball or a sphere. We're going to see if it does stack or if it does not stack. If I take the ball and I stack another one on top, let's try again. Does it stack? No, it doesn't. So go ahead and let's draw our sphere on this side. Oops, it's not very good. That's okay. Draw a little circle and then a little curved line at the top. And that kind of makes it look like it's three-dimensional. We'll talk about that word a little bit later in our next lesson. Okay, the next shape that we're going to do is a cube. Kind of looks like a box, right? We're going to see if it does stack or does not stack. So I'm going to stack another cube on top. Let's see. Does it stack? Yes. Okay, so we're going to draw a cube on the side that says does stack. To draw a cube, I'm going to start by drawing a square. And we have to make it look three-dimensional or like it's a real-life object. So I'm going to start in the middle of my square over here, and I'm going to draw another square like this. Do you see how this square went a little bit lower than this one? Now I'm going to connect my vertices or my corners. Connect those. Connect those. I know this is tricky. Connect those and connect those. If it's too hard, you can just leave it like a square. That's okay. The next shape that we are going to investigate is a cylinder. It kind of looks like a cup or a can that you would drink out of. Let's see if it does stack or does not stack. So I'm going to take my cylinder, I'm going to stack another one on top. Does it stack? Yes. So we're going to put it on the side that says does stack. To draw a cylinder, we're going to draw an oval. An oval looks like a circle that's been squished down. And then you're going to draw the bottom with a line and a line and a line, 3 lines. And mine's not perfect, and that's okay if yours isn't perfect either. We're trying our best. All right, last shape we're going to see is a cone. Kind of looks like an ice cream cone if I put a big scoop of ice cream on top. We're going to see if this does stack. So I'm going to take another cone. Doesn't work. What if I turn it this way? Let's see. Do you think it's going to stack? Let's see. It does. It does stack. So we're going to go ahead and draw a cone. To draw my cone, we'll draw it this way. To draw my cone, I'm going to draw another oval. Remember, an oval looks like a circle that's been squished. And we're going to draw a pointy bottom like this. Looks like an ice cream cone. Very good. Okay, I'm going to erase my writing. And when you keep your writing on your workbook, I have to erase it because otherwise it's going to mess up the next page. You keep your writing on there though. All right, let's go to the next page. Take your Post-it if you have it, and we're going to flip the page so that it looks like this. Go ahead and put your Post-it down, or if you have a bookmark, put your bookmark down on this one so you don't lose your page. And this is a big graph, and if you tilt your head sideways, it kind of looks like the graphs that we've done a couple times before, right? Where it has the sharing zone in the middle, and then we have one side here and one side here. Let's go ahead and look at the top. The top side says
roll,
roll. The bottom side says
stack,
stack. And the middle one says
roll and stack.
So the middle is where it can roll and stack. So we're going to look at these shapes and we're going to see, can it roll? Can it stack? Or can it do both? All right, go ahead and just watch the video because I'm going to pull it up here and we're going to investigate. The first thing that we are going to investigate is a sphere. A sphere looks like a ball. Can it roll, stack, or do both? Let's watch. I take the ball. Let's see if it can roll. Can it roll? Can it stack? Ooh, no, I don't think so. So let's see what happens. It can roll. It can't stack. So can it do both? No, because it can't stack. It can only roll. So we're going to draw. We are going to draw our sphere in the roll section. So take your pencil. Let's draw the ball in the roll section. This is our ball or our sphere. We draw a little curved line to make it look 3D so it looks like it's real life. Great. Okay, the next shape that we are going to investigate is a cube. This is it over here. Kind of looks like a box. Can it roll, stack, or do both? Let's see. We're going to see if it can roll. I had to push it over, but can it roll? I don't think so. See if it can stack. Can you stack? Yeah. So, can't roll. It can stack. So can it do both? No, because it can't roll. It can only stack. So we're going to draw our cube in the section that says stack. Stack. Go ahead and take your pencil. At the bottom is where it says stack. To draw our cube, you can draw a square. And if you want to make it look three-dimensional or real life, you can start in the middle, draw another square, and connect our vertices. If it's too hard, you can just draw a square for now. All right, I'm gonna move on so this video isn't too long for you. The next shape we're investigating is a cylinder. Can it roll, stack, or do both? Let's find out. Kind of looks like a can. Well, we see that it has a curved edge, right? So we can guess, what do you think it can do? Let's see if it can roll, stack, or do both. It can roll, right? Good, because it's got a curve. Can it stack? Yeah, it can stack. So, can it do both? Yes, it can roll, it can stack, so it can do both. Very good. So we're going to draw our cylinder in the section that says
roll, and stack.
Okay, so we're going to draw our cylinder with an oval or a squished circle and a bottom that looks like that with 3 lines. Okay, you're doing great. Last shape that we are going to investigate is a cone. It looks like an ice cream cone if you put a big scoop of ice cream, right? Can it roll, stack, or do both? Let's find out. Can it roll? I don't think so. See if it can stack. Not quite like that, huh? Wonder if we put another shape. Let's try with this. Can we stack on top? It can stack. So let's review. It cannot roll, right? We just saw it going in circles. It wasn't going forward, right? Can it stack? Yeah, on top of a cube, it can stack. So can it do both? No, can't roll, right? So we're going to put this in the stack. Let's draw this in our stack section. Stack starts with an S. Here's your stack. So we're going to draw an oval or a squished circle with a pointy bottom. Oops, mine's not perfect. That's okay. All right, I'm going to start. You keep yours on your paper. I have to erase mine because otherwise it's going to be a little silly looking on the next page. All right. Go ahead and flip to the next page. You can move your Post-it or your bookmark, whatever you're using. And we are going to see which shapes can do different things. So we are going to put our finger on, sorry, I'm coming back. We're going to put our finger on the yellow sun over here, yellow sun number 2. Put your finger on it so you're ready to go. We are going to find the shapes that cannot roll, and we're going to put an X on them. We know that shapes that roll are round, right? Like a soccer ball, a basketball, a yoga ball. They're all round so they can roll. We're going to find shapes that cannot roll. So remember, rolling is like this basketball here.
Roll.
Can a ball roll? Yeah, right? This ball can roll. Can this cube roll? No, because it doesn't have any round or curved sides, so put a big X. Nope, doesn't work. What about this cylinder? Does it have a round or curved side? Yeah, so it can roll. Very good. Go ahead and take your finger, put it on the green leaf, number 3. We are going to find shapes that cannot stack. Remember, stacking looks like this.
Stack.
You can put them on top of each other. So we're going to look at the cone. Can the cone stack? Yes. Leave it alone. What about the sphere? Can the sphere stack? No. So let's put a big X. Oops, it's way too big. And what about the cube? Can the cube stack? Yes, so leave it alone. Great job. All right, take your finger, put it on the blue flower, number 4. Which shapes cannot slide? Ooh, so this is a word we didn't talk too much about. So to slide means to move something over. And I'm going to show you what that means. I'm going to tilt this down a little bit. I'm going to take this cube, and I want to slide it over here. I'm going to start over here. I want to slide it over here. If I want to slide it, I'm not picking it up, okay? I didn't say pick it up and move. If I'm sliding something, I'm giving it a little push, and I could slide it over, okay? So the first thing we're going to look at is this drum set. This drum set, this plate drum set, if you push it on the ground, it will slide. Let's see the cylinder. Can the cylinder slide? If I put it here and I gave it a push, will it slide? Yeah, so we're going to leave it alone. We're only finding ones that can't. What about the sphere? If I give it a push, is it going to slide? Oh, it didn't slide. It was rolling, right? So put an X through that one. What about the cube? Can the cube slide if I push it? Yes, so we're going to leave it blank. Leave it alone. Very good. Okay, go ahead and put your finger on the purple butterfly, number 5. We are going to find objects that can
Stack and slide.
Oh, they can do 2 things. They can stack and they can slide. So it's like building a tower and then pushing the tower over. All right, let's see. First thing we're looking at is a cube. So I'm going to take a cube here. I'm going to stack another cube on top. Can it stack? Yes. Let's see if it can slide too. Oh, can it stack and slide? Yes, so we're going to leave it alone. The next one we're looking at is a cylinder, this yellow shape. Let's see if it can stack. Let's see if it can slide. Can it stack and slide? Yes, so we are going to leave it alone. Last one we're looking at is this ball that we call a sphere. We're going to see if it can stack and slide. Stack? Nope. Stack and slide? Nope, not quite, right? They just rolled off the table. Okay, so that one can't work. So we're going to put a big X. Does not work. Great job. Okay, go ahead and let's see. I'm going to erase. So it's not silly on the next page. Take your Post-it or your book. We are going to put our Post-it on this page here with the blue squares so that we're ready to go for tomorrow's lesson. You did so good. Thank you for watching, boys and girls. I miss you so much. And tomorrow we will have another math lesson. So I will see you then. Bye-bye.